Hello, Nigeria. Welcome to Newsline. I am Becky Madujemu. Our package this week is brilliant. We have aligned captivating exclusives for your pleasure. We are taking you places where big things happened of late. I would assume most of you saw the remarkable visit of Mr. President to Kano, but there were a few aspects you didn't get to see. We plan to present the backstory in the first segment. Another interesting setting that awaits your attention is Nasarawa in the southern parts of Nigeria. No, I did not make a mistake. There is Nasarawa in the south. You owe me one when we get there. In the meantime, the campaign for Made in Nigeria goods remains our prerogative. Because of the Yuletide, there is so much commercial activity just now. Trust us to help you make the safest choice with that feature. Also in the bag is a social diary segment. Big brands have been very busy recently, and on their behalf, Newsline will keep you abreast of innovations. Of course, I can't say everything in one breath. Just go with the flow, and you will miss nothing. It's time for the news. Ogwa Vivian Oyedibia, happy Sunday, and take it away.
I wish you the same, Becky. Good evening and welcome to the news. President Ahmadu Buhari is scheduled to participate alongside over 50 world leaders in the one-day Planet Summit in Paris, France on Tuesday. The summit, jointly organized by the United Nations, the World Bank Group and the French government in partnership with non-governmental organizations, is concerned about reversing the negative effect of climate change. The main focus of the summit, with the theme Climate Change Financing, according to organizers, will be to innovatively pool public and private finance to support and accelerate common efforts to fight climate change. Before heading for the summit venue, the Nigerian leader will attend a lunch hosted by President Emmanuel Macron of France for heads of state at the Elysee Palace. The president will depart for Paris on Monday, accompanied by the governor of Adamawa, Kano and Ondo states, as well as ministers of foreign affairs and environment. He will return to Abuja on Thursday. Vice President Emir says Nigeria is winning the war against corruption, as it has not only succeeded in recovering millions of dollars in looted funds, but raised the nation's foreign reserve remarkably. The Vice President was speaking in Lagos at the launching of the Creative Youth Initiative Against Corruption, a platform set up by some Nigerian youth to tackle the menace. Jane Ojuku reports.
Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo lamented the widespread underdevelopment in the country, which he adduced to sheer greed on the part of a few Nigerians who mostly held sway in the previous administrations. He pointed out that he was encouraged by the Creative Youth Initiative Against Corruption, which implied that the youth are taking a practical stand against the cankerworm of corruption that has been threatening to wreak havoc on the nation's quest for speedy development.
It does show that we are winning the battle against corruption, because the very young people who are here today and who are doing such creative things and such creative programs against corruption show you that they are not going to accept it. No one is going to accept corruption again.
Minister of Information Lai Mohammed described the initiative as a revolution capable of exposing and countering the negative effects of corrupt Nigerians.
You can see children of 9 years old already understand that corruption is our biggest handicap, and I think this is a revolution.
Creative Youth Initiative Against Corruption was launched on Saturday, the 9th of December, which coincided with the International Anti-Corruption Day.
We are going to be busting into different sectors of Nigerian economy and turn them to animation and cartoon, so that the characters can be played to the children and youth all over the nation.
Acting Chairman EFCC Ibrahim Magu and the Consul General of Federal Republic of Germany Ingo Habert were among other dignitaries who expressed support for the youth initiative. In Lagos, Jane Ujuku, NTA News.
And away from that, the Nigerian movie industry added a blockbuster entry to its growing list with the release of the movie The Bridge. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says the movie industry is indeed a tool for cultural integration and revenue generation. Tekla Wiki has the details.
The movie, which premiered in Lagos with an array of cast that will keep movie lovers glued to the screens, ultimately seeks to address the cultural prejudices that has threatened the coexistence of the different ethnic groups in Nigeria.
The bridge, just like the title, simply means bridging the gap in the society and in our lives.
It was tragic in the way that it didn't, the bridge never really did come together.
It's come at a very right time, a time where the unity of this country is being questioned, is being, tried.
The minister who witnessed the movie premiere says the movie industry is indeed a veritable tool to correct the ills of society, shape the mindset of Nigerians, as well as change the narrative of the Nigerian story on a global scale.
We have also followed that up with implementation committees to address issues such as piracy, access to funding, and as of today, we are working with an Indian firm ready to invest $20 million to build about 100 film houses all over the country.
One, it works on the pan-Nigerian level, and of course it also works as a work of art, as cinema, and I think that is the type of a film that I believe will travel.
The minister also expressed the government's efforts towards positioning the movie industry in its pride of place as a national brand for cultural exportation, youth engagement and job creation.
I also led a team to Central Bank Governor where we asked for a $1 billion intervention fund which can be made available to the industry at single-digit interest rate.
The Bridge, which debuted in the cinemas on the 8th of December, is produced by Lasun Ray and directed by Kunle Afolayan. In Lagos, Thekla Wilkie, NTA News.
And talking politics now, Prince Uche Secondus from Rivers State in the early hours of Sunday emerged the new national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, at the end of the party's elective convention. Political correspondent Abdullahi Garba Brinninkudu reports that 20 other national officers were elected at the convention.
Prince Uche Secondus, a one-time deputy national chairman and acting chairman of the PDP, won the election with 2,000 votes, defeating Professor Tunde Adeniran, who got 230 votes, while Chief Raymond Depesi polled 66 votes. In his acceptance speech, the new chairman pledged to adopt the principle of building to regain.
Particularly, I reach out to our old members who, for one reason or the other, have left the party to please come back.
It was a mixed reactions after the announcement of the result. While many describe it as transparent, the Adeniran team rejected the results, describing the convention as a sham.
We consider this so-called election as a travesty of democracy and due process. Trenches the unsomeless culture of impunity that has done a great damage to the entire party, to the party in the past.
One convention, a very peaceful convention, a very credible electoral process, and that obviously we are going into the future united.
This is the first elective convention of the PDP after the Supreme Court judgment on the leadership crisis that rocked the party for over a year. In Abuja, Abdullahi Garba Brinninkudu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress APC has stated that reports of rigging during the PDP convention shows that the party is rooted in corruption and cannot change. In a statement, the APC National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi said the Southwest chairmanship candidates lost as a punishment for not voting for the party in 2015. The APC Publicity Secretary noted that the PDP, which used to be the biggest political party in Nigeria, has now been reduced to a regional party. Well, reports just reaching us says President Muhammadu Buhari Sunday evening granted audience to some members of the Northern Senators Forum at his residence in Daura, Katsina State. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that the senators, accompanied by Governor Aminu Bello Masari, are in Katsina for a retreat scheduled for Tuesday on the best way forward for Nigeria. Their meeting with the president, held behind closed doors, focused on national unity, stability and development.
We thought it's a matter of our tradition to pay respect to him. We got the governor, who is our host, to bring us to see the president, to also give him a short brief as to what the retreat will be doing. That's essentially what we came to do.
What are you taking away from this short visit, sir?
So many advices, especially on the issues that the senators are going to discuss in the next few days.
Have you discussed politics?
Not at all. We discussed the issue of the governance of Nigeria, the issue of uniting the country, both north and south. You see, he's a president that even fought a war to unite Nigeria. So his more concern is how could Nigeria be united and move forward. The issues of agitation from here and here, from our side, from the other side, I think he said, no, let's focus Nigeria. Nigeria should be our target. Let's not think of this interest or that interest. If we work together, we can achieve a lot. And that's what the president told us. And we're going to work in that direction, honestly.
The Northern Traditional Rulers Council has added its voice in identifying with the efforts and success of President Muhammadu Buhari in the anti-corruption crusade by the administration. This was part of the resolution of the council at the end of its General Assembly held recently at Arewa House, Kaduna. Emir of Gumi, Justice Lawal Hassan, who presented the communique issued by the council, emphasized resolve of the traditional rulers to continue supporting the government in the fight against insecurity, as well as restoration of peace and stability in areas affected by various conflicts.
Establishment by appropriate organs of government of an all-encompassing stakeholders conference or meeting to take a holistic remedial review of all issues relating to peace and security, such as the herdsmen-farmers conflicts throughout the country.
And moving on now, wife of the president, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, has felicitated with General Theophilus Yakubu Danjuma as he clocked 80 years on the 9th of December 2017. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports that this was during the 80th birthday celebration in Lagos.
The 80th birthday anniversary of General Theophilus Yakubu Danjuma was attended by the wife of the president, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, and her entourage, comprising the wife of the Senate President, Toyin Saraki, and that of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gembia Dogara. While felicitating with T.Y. Danjuma, the wife of the president described him as a father and a true patriot.
Your Excellency, the celebrant, our brother, our father, our grandfather, our mentor, General T.Y. Danjuma, and his dear wife, my sister Daisy Danjuma. On behalf of my family, I join everyone here to congratulate you on your 80th birthday. We pray God to continue to give you good health, strength, prosperity, and many years ahead.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, who presented the message of President Muhammadu Buhari alongside the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, and other speakers, described the celebrant as a leader, a mentor, a philanthropist, and a pillar of support to all Nigerians, irrespective of regional or ethnic background.
To pay tribute to General Danjuma is more than a pleasure. It is a duty. The General was my boss in 1st and 3rd Divisions, Nigerian Army, and at the Supreme Military Council.
We've seen how he has distinguished himself in virtually every field of human endeavor that he's had to stretch his hands to do.
High point of the event was the cutting of the birthday cake officiated by the chairman of the occasion, General Yakubu Gowon, supported by his close friends who are referred to as Club of 80 years and above, his wife DEC Danjuma and his children and other members of the family. General Theophilus Yakubu Danjuma was the Chief of Army Staff of Nigeria from July 1975 to October 1979. In Lagos, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
And from Lagos, we go to Owerri, where the Imo State Governor, Rochas Okorocha, says the creation of the Ministry of Happiness and Purpose Fulfillment will address the challenges of crisis and agitations in the country. He stated this while throwing more light on the ministry when he played host to the Air Officer commanding Enugu, Air Marshal Samson Okona-Pasa and his team in Owerri. Lorita Arinze Egwem reports.
Governor Rochas Okorocha explained that the ministry, when introduced in the Department of Government Agencies, will help in no small measure in addressing the problem of hate speeches and violence in the country. He noted that it will provide an avenue for communication and identification of people's needs for purpose fulfillment. The governor, however, commended the Nigerian Air Force for their fight against insurgency and called for teamwork among the security agencies.
People are happy, there will be less agitation. The amount of money we spend in purchase of arms would have reduced by 50%. In Imo State here, we have decided to take the bull by the horn by introducing that very important ministry for happiness and purpose fulfillment.
Air Marshal Samson Okona-Pasa commended Governor Okorocha for his tremendous achievement in the state. He said his visit is to familiarize with the governors and other security stakeholders in the Southeast Zone, aimed at ensuring peace and unity.
We are always willing and ready to support our hosts to ensure that we live peacefully.
In Owerri, Lorita Arinze Egwem, NTA News.
Firstland Campina Wamco Nigeria PLC says its continuous investment in sourcing raw milk locally has impacted lives of local dairy farmers' production of 40,000 liters per day. Managing Director of the company, Ben Langat, stated this at the 2017 Dairy Farmers' Day in Ishayin, Oyo State. Correspondent Ayomiku Ajibola says the theme is dairy farming, a business lead for economic growth.
Dignitaries, which include the Governor of Kebbi State, representative of the Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Netherlands Ambassador to Nigeria, stakeholders in their large numbers, including the farmers, converged in Ishayin, Oyo State, to celebrate the 2017 Dairy Farmers' Day, the first of its kind and put together by Firstland Campina Wamco Nigeria PLC. Speaking at the occasion, Managing Director of the company, Ben Langard, says the company has made significant progress in the development of local milk production capacity in Nigeria, with the engagement and training of over 1,700 milk producers, having that the country is the highest producer of cow milk in West Africa sub-region and the third in Africa.
We started with one milk collection center about 5-6 years ago. Today we have 5 milk collection centers.
In his remarks, Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu commended Firstland Campina Wamco for pioneering dairy development program and applauded the company's role in the development of dairy farming as a sure way of eliminating poverty and creating entrepreneurs.
What Firstland Campina Wamco is doing is a step in the right direction. Community integration, dairy farmer mobilization, milk collection that enhances feeding, better incomes.
Some of the local dairy farmers speak on the partnership with Firstland Campina Wamco Nigeria PLC.
As this continues, it becomes more beneficial to other farmers.
They've been giving us a lot of advices which has been improving the genetics of our animal from the local breed to the improved breed.
The program featured various remarks by relevant stakeholders, presentation of motorcycles to 5 outstanding local dairy farmers, exhibition, inspection of the company's facilities at Ishayin Meke Boki Center, and a cultural display. From Ishayin in Oyo State, Ayomiku Ajibola, NTA News.
Well, motorists in the Federal Capital Territory are beginning to heave a sigh of relief as most petrol stations record minimal queues. Correspondent Lydia Sampson, who has been monitoring the fuel situation, reports that while there has been improvement in some petrol stations, others are still scrabbling.
Last 2 days, it's been an Herculean task for motorists who spend long productive hours on queues waiting to fill up their tanks. But the good news we got here today, as we spoke with motorists, is that they barely spent 20 minutes.
I just drove here and I haven't spent maybe like 5-6 minutes, yes.
As a motorist, would you say the fuel scarcity, the situation is improving or getting worse?
I think it's improving.
It's improving. It's improving.
Why did you say it's improving?
Because I see that the line is not much longer again.
Just drove in now. I've not spent over 2 minutes. I'm buying already.
Motorists, however, say they were simply lucky to have had information from friends on petrol stations that had fewer queues, which they rushed to. Some, on the other hand, however, called on government to deal decisively with fuel stations hoarding products, whom they say are sabotaging federal government efforts to ensure adequate supply of the commodity.
The other side of the express, they have fuel, but they are not selling.
I couldn't stand the queue, so I've been avoiding the queue all this while.
The motorists lamented the situation where they spent hours in petrol stations only to be told that the generating machines have suddenly developed faults or simply that they have run out of the product. They hoped that the situation will improve in the coming days. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Well, Nigerians have been advised to show the world the true meaning of unity in diversity by showing love to one another and protecting the weak in the society. The Vice President, Emir, just stated this at this year's Service of 9 Lessons organized by the Voice of Nigeria, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria and the Nigerian Television Authority. He was represented by the chaplain of Aso Rock, Pastor Sheyi Malowo.
To all of us today. It speaks particularly today to our nation, Nigeria. This is because there are particular moments in the history of nations when there is a palpable feeling that something new is about to emerge, that the nation can be transformed.
Well, this is a season of peace, a season of togetherness, a season of sacrifice, a season of joy. So we should enjoy the moment in terms of sharing and merrymaking.
The Director General of NTA, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, represented by the Executive Director Engineering, Stephen Okpanachi, reflected on the theme, Jesus our strength and peace, and prayed God's manifest blessing on all.
Has preserved us over the past 12 months to see another Christmas carol.
That's the central message. So we remind the world that we are here on the world for forgiveness, endurance, that the issue of hate should be by the side.
But the most important significance is a period for us to renew our relationship with God, our love and commitment to our fellow human beings, and our desire to do what is right.
The Service of 9 Lessons, which is basically the renditions of 9 short lessons from Genesis and the Gospels, tell the story of the fall of humanity, the promise of a Messiah, and the birth of Jesus Christ. And away from that, on a sad note, President Muhammadu Buhari has described the late Emir of Katagum, Muhammad Kabir Umar, as a humble and just ruler whose death will create a great vacuum in the traditional institution. Chief of Staff to the President, Abba Kyari, who led a federal government delegation, conveyed the President's condolence message to the governor and people of Bauchi as the remains of the late Emir were laid to rest in Zaki local government area of Bauchi State. Mahmoud Ibn Mohammed reports.
The funeral prayer for the late octogenarian Emir was attended by governors, traditional rulers, and a mammoth crowd of sympathizers from within and outside Katagum Emirate as a mark of last respect. Former minister in the First Republic, late Mohammed Kabir Umar reigned for 37 years as the 11th Emir of Katagum Emirate. Age 89, the late Emir left behind 4 wives, 49 children, amongst whom is the district head of Shira, Alhaji Baba Umar Farouk, a retired permanent secretary in the Federal Civil Service. In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
And talking sports now, the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano will be a beehive of activities as the 2016-2017 Super 6 tournament of the Nigeria Professional Football League kicks off Monday in the ancient city. Kene Emabodike reports that the Nigerian Television Authority will transmit the match live.
It is the same tournament that is traditionally referred to as Super 4, meant for Nigeria's representatives on the continent in 2018. But this edition will have an additional 2 teams for a Super 6 as organizers, League Management Company, looks to score some positives ahead of the 2017-2018 season of the Nigeria Professional Football League. So, apart from league champions Plateau United of Jos, second-placed MFM FC of Lagos, third-placed Enyimba International of Aba, and Uyo-based Aqua United, hosts Kano Pillars and home-based Super Eagles squad for 2018 Championship of African Nations CHAN, built for Morocco in January, will also participate.
An opportunity beckoning for MFM. Oh, that's a beauty!
I'm happy LMC is accommodating this. It's really going to have a positive effect on the outcome of the CHAN Eagles by the time they go for their own tournament. So it's a welcome development and it's a very positive one.
Action commences Monday, December 11 as Plateau United meet Enyimba in the first game while Aqua United play MFM FC. On match day 2, December 13, Kano Pillars begin their campaign when they take on Aqua United, and later CHAN Eagles confront Plateau United. Match day 3 fixtures on December 15 will see CHAN Eagles against Enyimba while Kano Pillars entertain MFM FC. December 17 will be the grand finale featuring groups A and B winners in the decider. Africa's largest TV network, the NTA, has concluded arrangements to transmit the matches live as part of its Memorandum of Understanding with the League Management Company back in September. The NTA is equally fine-tuning grounds for live transmission of matches come the 2017-2018 Nigeria Professional Football League season. In Abuja, Kenem Ema Abudike, NTA News.
And now a quick look at the weather picture for tomorrow.
The visibility over the north has been severely impaired by thick dust haze in the past 3 days, which has even led to few cases of cancellation of flights. However, for tomorrow, we expect an improved visibility over the north as the dust is clearing and is expected to suspend southwards, affecting more of the central states down to the inland cities, with a horizontal visibility range of 1 to 3 kilometers and even less than 1,000 meters in 1 or 2 places. As for the coastal cities, they're expected to be in cloudy conditions with localized thunderstorms anticipated in the afternoon and evening hours. I leave you with the temperature details. Thank you for watching.
Well, it's time for our first break now. Newsline will continue shortly after with Becky in Lagos. Good evening.
Trustworthiness, patriotism, and love for the common man earn him respect of ordinary Nigerians. Muhammadu Buhari, the people's president, an example of uprightness, doggedness, and a believer of true and progressive Nigeria. 3 years down the line, Nigerians have seen commitment and performance in fulfillment of campaign promises. Peace is gradually returning to the ravaged Northeast, and the entire nation is reaping from it. The economy is being revitalized with special attention to agriculture and all the natural resources being fully explored to the fullest. The country is winning its war against corruption, with looted funds being recovered to government coffers. Nigerians are saying, "Thank you, Baba. Carry on demand of the people." This message is from...
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds, pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
There's no limit to what you can do with data. With Nigeria's widest data network, it's amazing what you can make happen on MTN.
This is my message to you. Upward we come.
This is Upward Multi-System Hospital.
Funded by a
Upward Multi-System Hospital is established on a 60 hectares of land consisting of 8 blocks of 4 floors each and 1 of 5 floors, equipped with 5 modular theaters, pneumatic tube system, SPEC scan, CT scan, ultrasound scan, X-ray and Tesla MRI, providing general surgery, pediatrics, plastic, urology, orthopedics, neurosurgery, cancer, oncology and endocrine.
It's an excellent facility, very unique and distinct, very up-to-date and modern. And it will go a long way in addressing medical tourism in Nigeria. I will recommend it to any Nigerian.
Upward 400-bed multi-system hospital is to train students, retrain doctors and other paramedical staff, engage in world-class research and provide healthcare of international quality.
This is going to be the best hospital in the whole of West Africa, if not Africa.
Upward, a vision in motion.
I won't rush go find where I go buy UTME form for Junior.
You no need to rush go find where to buy UTME form because JAMB don't locate them for inside your phone. Inside phone? JAMB don't begin sell 2018 UTM form from December 6, 2017 reach February 6, 2018. To register by form, text surname, first name plus middle name to 55019. JAMB go send profile code. Now this profile code candidate go fill when they pay for UTM form. It they available for commercial and microfinance banks, mobile money operators. If you make mistake for your name, just text correct surname, first name, middle name to 55019, and if now your profile code you lost, just text resend to 55019. After payment, candidate go receive e-pin. Now this e-pin candidate go take go any accredited JAMB CBT center to complete online registration. If you don't receive your e-pin or you lose them, just text UTM e-pin or DE-pin to 55019 and JAMB go send them back to you. Use your phone to buy your form.
JAMB, enhancing academic excellence.
Thanks for staying on the line. Now, when people of diverse ethnicity, religions and backgrounds live together in harmony, the gains are immeasurable. There will be peace, safety, love, advancement in all spheres of life, and so on. No doubt, peaceful coexistence is a catalyst for national development. So let's talk about it. Mary Noel Baje in this report will tell us how the right attitude and behavior of people can promote respect for life and boycott violence.
From the events that have evolved in recent times, harmonious coexistence is still a challenge in some parts of the country because of the actions and inactions of some people who probably do not mean well for the country. Realizing that human societies are bound together by common destinies and interests, government at all levels have continued to revolve strategies for people of diverse cultures and places to retain their dignity and sovereignty at an aggregate level of justice and fair play at all times.
Population growth with conflict of interests, contending interests, makes it difficult for you to maintain the hitherto peace we knew.
There was no sharp discrimination as we are having now, either in terms of religion or in terms of ethnicity.
Nigerians as people are living peacefully, but government does not provide the atmosphere for peaceful coexistence.
Perhaps this is why Niger State, from time immemorial, has enjoyed relative peace and served as a melting point for people of diverse backgrounds, including the first Nigerian president, late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, and late Chief Udomego Ojukwu, with railway playing major role in promoting harmonious coexistence.
Railway transferred me to this place. I retire here. And since we have peace in Niger State, I'm happy to stay here.
I've been traveling so far, but this place is more better than the others.
I like the way they are doing here, especially their system of marketing.
I just come to do business here, and I like Mina because people are plenty here. They are buying the thing that we are bringing at our village.
One consequential evidence of note in Niger State is the multicultural marriages among residents that have been attributed to the peace being enjoyed despite cross-cultural misconceptions of parents or people of old.
At that time, our people regard every other tribe as if they are not important. So because of the honesty and sincerity of what he has told me, I kept it going. And up till now, I didn't find anything which he has said that was not true.
I never bothered about what my in-laws were looking at me as one Hausa boy who was coming into Igbo land. I saw God's hand in the whole thing. I was never discouraged.
You cannot go and fight your in-law. When you move down, you bring ideas. You carry that ideas to the north. It makes people to know that we are the same.
Although some states have witnessed ethnic and religious intolerance as well as land disputes, among others, respondents in Niger State share views to living in peace to achieve unity in diversity.
Leaders must be conscious. They must know the people they are leading. And you are not able to lead the people aright in peace.
Both government, private sectors, religious leaders, everybody within a particular society is a factor in engendering peace and peaceful coexistence.
So all our life we've lived in the northern part of the country, and we believe in the unity of this country.
It is imperative to know that peace is a vital tool for development, hence the need for everyone to play his or her role in achieving peace.
Like you heard in that feature, peace is necessary. It remains the major catalyst for progress. Now, as a country, that our strength is in our diversity, true. This statement plays out excellently in smaller groups where Nigerians from diverse backgrounds cohabit harmoniously. Why can't this be replicated on the larger scale? Anyway, this unity has been enjoyed at a market area in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, called Nasarawa Market. Traders in these markets are non-indigens who have blended excellently with their hosts. You will understand fully what I mean by the time Mariam Vincent Oko is done telling the story.
Nasarawa Market, as popularly called, is located at Mbagidam 2 in Itu local government area, a few kilometers from Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. It is a small market community comprising largely of northerners who trade in such items as goats, beans, watermelon, yams, onions, and other forms of vegetables. A section of it accommodates those who specialize in sewing of traditional wares with embroidery. Cement dealers from the north also use the market as selling point. A first-time visitor to the market is bound to feel the northern touch as reflected in the music and general activity in the area. The market, which is a little above 8 years old, has continued to serve diverse groups of people as buyers come from within and as far as Calabar in Cross River State to purchase these items which ordinarily would have taken them to different parts of northern Nigeria.
You know, before you see we start like that, it will take many years. We'll try and we'll lose many billion before you see this business start like that.
Some of the traders who said they are very satisfied with the level of patronage and peace and security of the area noted that the market, unlike others where similar items are sold, is very reliable, affordable and hardly runs out of stock.
Our market here is 90 past because this can go for the other market, it will get 20 something. But for our market here, I could get 15, 16.
If our price no good, they don't come here on the buy.
The cheap at the same small price as down.
Although not many buyers were seen at the time of this visit, which was done outside the rush hour, some customers like Mr. Mayer Nkeruwem, an architect based in Jos Plateau State, said he prefers buying from Nasarawa market.
I don't stay in town. Anytime I come to town, I buy from here. The price is moderate.
While business activities may be thriving at the Nasarawa market, it is also important to look away from that and consider the message it reflects, which is that of unity in diversity. Some of the buyers and traders admitted that the successes recorded in Nasarawa market is a clear indication that Nigerians can actually live together irrespective of religious, tribal and cultural differences, and called on others to learn from the Akwa Ibom State example.
If everywhere they live how we live here, I can say Nigeria get peace everywhere.
There should be cultural exchange so that in the end we can be able to trust ourselves, because it's just the absence of trust that brings conflict.
We are in Arewa, so anytime we enter this site, they no go show us different. Just like this place, they like our house.
When we start to come here, we don't have any problem. The security, the people disturbing people from in the streets, we don't have any problem with these people out here.
I bet you never knew there was a market called Nasarawa in Uyo, did you? Thank us now. Moving on, the campaign is rife and very hot that Nigerians should consume what they produce, eat homegrown food, wear made in Nigeria products, talk made in Nigeria, sleep made in Nigeria, be patriotic. You can never sound that campaign loud enough. When the campaign train moved to the southwest and made a stop in Lagos, we went there to catch the fever. Rotimi Oluwagbemi was our link man, and here is how he compiled what the campaigners did to attract attention of Nigerians to do the needful.
Those dance steps and the attires of the dancers speak volumes of the patronized Made in Nigeria campaign. They are Nigerian traditional dancers in traditional attires. That kind of set the tone for the flag-off of the campaign in the southwest. To lend his full weight and voice to the campaign is the legendary king of Juju music, King Sunny Ade. He came with his band, all dressed in the Nigerian way, to flavor the event with his style of music.
It's a thing that we need in Nigeria. We had it. We have it, we are having it, we are making it, we are producing it, we are manufacturing it, only because we didn't show it. Now that it's time to show it, sky is the limit.
On display was an array of goods and products made by Nigerian hands. Two key drivers of this campaign were there live, and you must hear what they have to say.
The concept of the Made in Nigeria campaign followed the executive order signed by the then acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, to encourage the patronage of locally made products as a deliberate policy to conserve foreign exchange as well as to boost business for Nigerian companies.
The promotion of made in Nigeria products and services will definitely stimulate and promote innovation in our micro, small, and medium enterprises.
There were also others who can rightly be described as ambassadors of the campaign.
The Europeans can never come to Africa to develop Africa. If they are coming to Africa, they are coming to use Africa to continue their development.
We don't have tailors again. It's fashion designer. If you think I'm lying, ask my wife. She sewed this one. I'm exporting it very soon. Made in Nigeria.
If you're one of those who wonder what the hype is all about patronizing made in Nigeria products, hear what these ones whose hands made some of the products have to say.
If we can buy made in Nigeria goods, a lot of industries will come back. It will create employment.
If you look at the waste bags we are producing, it's far, far better than the imported ones. They are very strong, durable.
If we support our own and we grow our own economy, we don't need to be slave trading in Libya.
Well, what more can anyone say? If you are truly Nigerian, do Nigeria.
The durability of made in Nigeria products cannot be questioned. The agencies in charge have made sure of that. We all must get with the program. Now, breeding a new generation of Nigerians that will shun all forms of corruption entails a better understanding of what corruption is and the unlimited benefits of upholding integrity. This was the focus at a forum well attended by some primary pupils and secondary school students in Kaduna to mark this year's International Day on Anti-Corruption. Abdullahi Mohammed reports.
The fight against corruption has remained one of the top priorities of Buhari-led administration. However, about 2 years into the administration, some analysts say much is still left to be desired.
It's almost a one-man squad. But alhamdulillah, I can say there are indices that some of the government officials are also fighting corruption in their own way. I can say the volume of the country is not much. It's not well felt at all sectors of the economy or with all of us in the country. It's something that all of us should sit down, think about it, and help the government of the day.
This is why a non-governmental organization, the Youth Development and Moral Rebirth Initiative, turned its focus on inculcating in the minds of young Nigerians a tendency to reject in totality all forms of corruption.
There is this proverb that you cannot bend a tree when it's already, how do they put it, when it's already grown. But at this level they are flexible. You can speak to them, you can appeal to them. That is why I take their own cases very more seriously, because whether we like it or not, one day we will phase out and they will rule this country.
And fortunately, there is a growing knowledge of the various forms of corrupt practices among school children.
Example, police. When a person does not have like driving license, if he is caught, then they will ask him to bring some money. That is bribe. Yes. School, even when pupils are doing exam malpractice, it is corruption.
We, the students and some organization and agency, we need to hold on together and fight against corruption.
This means a little push is what the leaders of tomorrow need for Nigeria to get rid of corruption.
The children are the leaders of tomorrow. An early start is a step in the right direction. What they lack in physical sight, they have more than enough in other senses. You'll get to see the genius in some blind people when we return from this break. Stay on the line. We'll be right back.
From 1967 to 1970, Nigeria went through a horrifying civil war. It didn't matter who was wrong or right. Everybody suffered. Those who fought that war say it should never happen again.
So a lot of people will say, but you were leading the first one. Yes, I led the first one. I don't think a second one is necessary. We should have learned from that first one. Otherwise, the dead would have been to no avail, would all have been in vain.
The words of our elders are full of wisdom.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Get 10 times your recharge value to call and browse anyhow. Recharge with *220 star the pin hash to enjoy this offer. Available to new and existing subscribers.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Come join us. Mom says we have more than enough.
Wherever you may travel, whoever you will be with, we wish you a supreme Christmas. Be supreme, Nigeria.
Good afternoon, Mama. Let me get that bag. Oh. Aha!
Hey. Thank you, my son. But there's more washing for you to do.
No, Mama. With Omo, it's as if I have the power of 10 hands.
Omo, it's so powerful. It's as good as having 10 hands to wash off stains. Omo, with the power of 10 hands.
Introducing the new Onga ginger, onion, and garlic powder seasoning. Now you can give your fish, chicken, and beef the unique taste, all in just one sachet. Onga.
Onga. Mama's helping hand.
Welcome back. It was indeed a memorable day for the family of Nigeria's former High Commissioner to South Africa and the Sarkin Sudan of Warno, Ambassador Shehu Malami. Why? He hit the landmark age of 80, and distinguished personalities converged on Abuja to honor him and witness the presentation of a book that he authored. Timothy Yusuf is set to relay the highlights.
This gathering of distinguished Nigerians and members of the diplomatic corps is not for political purpose but for celebration of one of their own, a renowned diplomat, economist and entrepreneur who turned 80 years.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
The commemoration coincided with the public presentation of a book titled Shehu Malami, a prince of the caliphate, personally authored by the diplomat. The 565-page book contains speeches, commentaries and advocacies of Ambassador Shehu Malami. Professor Muhammad Lawal Bashar of Othman Danfodio University, Sokoto, who reviewed the book, said it is a guide for the nation's past, present and future leaders.
This is a defining moment in our journey for national unity.
Former head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, and other distinguished Nigerians described Ambassador Malami as a great Nigerian who experienced ups and downs.
These 80 years of a very useful and active life that has impacted positively in the nation in particular and the African continent at large.
So the greatest gift we can give him at 80 is to assure him that we all state here shall take a decision that no matter what, we've chosen to love this country.
The Prince of the Caliphate, whom by the time you encounter him, is full of humility, not in any way associated with arrogance.
And Malami is an elder statesman, a leader that doesn't believe in half measures. He consults before he takes decision.
To the celebrant, it was a memorable event.
There's so much to do. Nigeria has so much to do, and we can never succeed or move forward without unity of purpose and without the country uniting together.
For his wife and some of his children, Ambassador Malami is a father worth celebrating.
I wish him luck. He's all for unity. You know, he's such a calm person. So at this stage, we have nothing to say but just to pray for him, and Allah is agama the dunya life here.
Congratulations to Ambassador Shehu Malami. We wish him all the best. The traditional institutions remain relevant in governance in Nigeria, especially at the grassroots level in Nigeria. It was in the light of this that the Tangale chiefdom of Biliri local government in Gombe State banned Abdurrashid Waziri, an illustrious son of the land, as the Wazirin Tangale. The ceremony showcased the rich cultural heritage of the Tangale people. Emmanuel Akila reports.
The Palace of Maitangle, Dr. Abdu Meshiro II, the paramount ruler of the Tangale people, is full with guests for an epoch-making event. It is the turbaning of Governor Nkwambu as the Tafidan Tangale and Abdul Rashid Waziri, son of Farida Ajuju Waziri, former EFCC boss, as the Wazirin Tangale. These are titles that are inherited by the hard-working princes of the kingdom.
Tafidan Tangale is the son of the soil. He schools here, and his father is very known. He has contributed a lot to the development of our land.
Display of the rich cultural heritage of the Tangale people left the guests without dull moments. Mrs. Farida Ajuju Waziri, whose son inherited his father's title, is happy that the emirate maintains its tradition.
Our problem in Nigeria today is because we adopt and we like copycats. Take the issue of corruption. It's because there's no more shame, the value system is gone, and people just want to be rich for being rich.
The celebrants considered their turbaning as a mark of honor and a call to duty.
This event is one that creates a lot of unity, synergy, and cooperation on the grassroots level.
I assure them as Tapida, that is ambassador, I represent the interests of Tangale people and Gombe State in general.
The guests had their dinner at the banquet hall of Government House, Gombe.
Congratulations to the recipients for the traditional recognition. Now, lovers of dairy products in Nigeria now have 2 new variants of milk added to their list. It is from the stable of TG Ola Foods, the company that produces Dano milk. The 2 new variants of Dano milk were launched into the Nigerian market during the week in Lagos. To witness it was Emir, who compiled this report.
That was the official launch of the 2 new variants of Dano milk, chocolate and strawberry flavors. For over 30 years, Ala Foods, officials of the company say, has been nourishing Nigerians with its exciting products and brands. Its Dano brand, they say, is premium milk with high nutritional values, needed for the maintenance of the body, energy and growth. The new additions, company officials say, are very high quality, with lots of vitamins. The products are targeted at children.
Kids, also grown-ups, actually like flavors. It is nutritious and is also an exciting way to enjoy milk products.
Our flavored milk products is a good source of protein, energy, essential vitamins and minerals. This we are sure would help our consumers to continue to stay nourished all day long, especially our kids.
The 2 new variants also come in different sizes and forms, powdered and full cream.
We have launched a 30-gram sachet and a 360-gram pouch. So you have one when you want to go on the go and you want to have a quick one, or you can bring one home to your family and you can mix at home.
During the launch, there were feedback from the consumers.
I just would say any other food, no matter how, even you bring it from the other part of the world, they will tell you it's Dano.
As long as Dano comes in with Dano steam and has started buying it, I've been enjoying it.
Strawberry and chocolate is very encouraging. The children will even like it more. They will be encouraged to take more of milk.
Dano flavored milk powder and full cream contains vitamins and protein.
This next report by Omenka Amarachuku in Abuja is about the milk of kindness of LG Electronics in Nigeria. The company believes in giving back to its host community. That is why in the Federal Capital Territory, it donated 5 units of air conditioners and 350 units of treated mosquito nets to the Kuje General Hospital. Let's see how it was done.
Kuje General Hospital is situated at the outskirts of the Federal Capital Territory, was established to render healthcare services to the residents of the area and its environs. To assist the hospital carry out its effective and efficient healthcare delivery, the management of the LG Electronics donated 5 units of air conditioners and 350 mosquito nets for the upkeep of the patients and other persons in the hospital.
Corporate social responsibility should be the mantra of every organization. And then for us as LG Electronics, CSR is actually very, very key because it's about giving back to the society where the brand operates. So it has become part of our core values to ensure that consumers actually get benefits, not just from the products, but from LG as a brand.
LG Electronics, a leading brand in household appliances, does not only have interest in technological advancement, but also in the development of human resources and institutions.
Ever since LG came into the Nigerian market about 13 years ago, CSR has been part of LG Electronics. This year alone, we have done over 4 different CSR activities in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, and right now in Abuja. Donating to the cause or probably to the betterment of the society has rubbed off positively on the brand because the government cannot do it alone.
Receiving the items on behalf of the management of Kuje General Hospital, Dr. Ishaku Musa commended LG Electronics for their gesture and called on other corporate organizations and public-spirited individuals to emulate LG in the needs of the healthcare institutions. He affirms their support to the organization to continue to excel in selling its products to the populace.
The gifts we just received from LG will go a long way in improving the services we render to the residents of Kuje. And this is also going to improve the working environment for all the staff of Kuje General Hospital.
For others, it is a wake-up call to various corporate organizations doing business in the country to follow suit by identifying with the initiative and contribute their quota to their host communities and the general well-being of humanity.
Moving on, we will never be tired celebrating people with special needs. Through this, they are amazing. By their intellect and the work of their hands, they would give the so-called able-bodied a run for their money. Anna Daniels was sent to go be the eyes and ears of Newsline when some students of the Vocational Training Center in Lagos that trains the blind graduated. For what is so spectacular, watch this.
It was indeed a day that will remain memorable in the minds of these people who are visually handicapped. In spite of their challenges, they prove that there is ability in disability. The rhythm I feel setting moved your bodies. That was John Yekini and his group on the bandstand. They are all blind. Nevertheless, they are living out their dreams.
We own music. Music owns us. I sleep and wake with music. And anytime I'm down and out, once I play a song or two, I'm good.
You heard him right. John Yekini and these other people with special needs are showcasing their talents and what they have been able to achieve from this special vocational training center for the blind and visually impaired.
I've achieved
how to use computer with my impairment. I've learned how to write Braille, and I'm able to learn craft work too.
I have to make beads for others and to sell them, at least for me, to assist me personally.
Wabiando Wale was a trainee at this center and now a craft teacher.
This one here, we call it flower bag. As you can see, it have different color. Within 5 days, 6 days, you can finish this one also. We learn it with our inner mind. We have our inner mind, which will be able to know what you're doing with your feeling. We need the buyer to buy it from us. That is the mostly challenge.
Impressively, this vocational training center has a functional music studio, computer laboratory, well-equipped library. The list is endless.
And we have trained a lot of people who have been successful, and that is what gives us joy. We have aftercare services where we take care of these people and really follow up on them to know how they are doing, to know about their welfare.
Students who have passed through the vocational training center here have been admitted into universities. The main challenges facing the Federal Nigeria Society for the Blind is funding.
For their outstanding performances, the graduating students were presented with various gifts and awards. The event was also a platform to re-emphasize the importance of cornea donation at death.
When we're gone, we are gone. But that part of the eye can still be used to restore sight. And 30% of blind people in Nigeria are due to corneal blindness.
Kudos to the blind graduates. Disability is not an obstacle to living out any dream. Great job. Still on people with special needs, this story is about Fatima Musa. Physically challenged, she was down but not out. That was why she took the bold step out of her domain in Bauchi and headed straight to Lafia in Nasarawa State to search for greener pastures. Did she find any? Joshua Ojitu will tell us.
This is how Fatima moves around with the assistance of her younger brother, begging for alms. Fate may have driven her on the long journey to Lafia, and behold, on a chance meeting on his way to the city center, and in his usual characteristics, the woman in the midst of many attracted Governor Umaru Tanko Almakura's attention. He was touched by her unique story. He supported her with some money for upkeep, and in less than 24 hours, her dream for a car to ease her movement was fulfilled.
Being an administration that is inclusive and advocates for the promotion of people living with disability, I felt I should maybe accost the lady and find out details about her disability, and with a view also to seeing what relief we can offer.
Thank you very much. God Almighty will bless you.
In addition, the governor assures her of a sustainable empowerment, just as the comprehensive special school to take care of the education and entrepreneurial skills of people like her is getting set to open in Lafia. With nose for news and to fulfill our mandate, we followed Fatima to Badgansamia of Bauchi State, where she hails from, and there was outpouring of appreciation by family and community leader on their daughter's new status and the vehicle donation.
Many thanks to Governor Almakura for making life much better for Fatima. We turn the page to celebrations as we entertain you in the next segment with what some people and organizations did to celebrate landmarks. Before that, we'll take another break and be right back. Stay on the line.
Slavery is an evil practice abolished all over the world over 200 years ago. But today, human traffickers are selling human beings as slaves in Africa. It is your responsibility to make sure that you and the people you know do not fall into slavery. Don't believe fake promises of jobs abroad.
People went to say Libya, Italy. Italy no use you when they carry me on top water. 4 days now they lock me for inside house, no food, no water. I nearly die. Now God, when me heaven and earth, now save me. If you get 1 naira for Nigeria, you get junior one, you say you no get papa, you no get mama, that make you come out. I beg go they do farm work. You better pass person when enter road.
Don't accept to travel to Europe through the Sahara Desert. You may be walking into slavery. Don't be a slave.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
The House of Representatives Committee on Housing invites stakeholders to a 2-day public hearing on request for memoranda under the following bills: a bill for an act to repeal and reenact the National Housing Fund Act (CAP) N45 LFN 2004, a bill for an act to repeal the National Housing Fund Act and establish the National Housing Trust Fund Act (CAP) N45 HB 891, a bill for an act to repeal the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Act (CAP) F16 HB 911. A motion to ensure full compliance with the National Housing Fund Act HR 59 2017. Date Tuesday 12 to Wednesday 13 December 2017. Venue Conference Hall 231. Time 10 a.m. daily. Individuals and organizations wishing to submit memoranda should forward same to the clerk. House Committee on Housing, Room 315, 3rd floor, National Assembly Complex, Abuja. For inquiries, please call Musa Aliyu. Honorable Usman Babba Keita, Chairman, House Committee on Housing. Announcer.
Babe, what's up? What you doing?
I'll call you back.
Hey, babe, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing?
Hello, baby. Even see your cocoa. Even Okuli is here.
Get 10 times your recharge value to call and browse anyhow. Recharge with *220 star the pin hash to enjoy this offer. Available to new and existing subscribers.
Babe, what you doing?
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Northern Senators Forum will hold a 3-day retreat in Katsina State. Theme: Restructuring and Security. Date: 12th and 13th December 2017. Venue: Local Government Device Conference Center, Katsina State. Special guest of honor: His Excellency Bukola Saraki, President of the Senate. Objective: to gather and collate views and position papers from eminent Nigerians on the restructuring and national unity with a view to adopting a resolution that will reasonably reflect a national consensus on restructuring and national unity. Keynote address by the Executive Governor of Katsina State, His Excellency Alhaji Aminu Bello Masari. Speaker include His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto Alhaji Abubakar Sa'ad II, Senator Dr. Abdullahi Adamu, Serikin Yekin Kevi, Chairman, Northern Senators Forum. Announcer.
The Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, cordially invites state commissioners, stakeholders, and the general public to the 15th National Council on Science and Technology. Venue: Imagwere Hall, Benin City, Edo State. Date: Monday 11 to Friday 15 December 2017. Time: 9 a.m. daily. Announcer: Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology.
Introducing the new Onga ginger, onion, and garlic powder seasoning. Now you can give your fish, chicken, and beef the unique taste, all in just one sachet. Onga, Mama's helping hand.
The Senate Committee on Trade and Investment invites all relevant stakeholders and the public to a 1-day public hearing on the following bills. A bill for an act to amend the Companies and Allied Matters Act 1990, Cap C20 LFN 2004, to provide for the incorporation of companies, registration of business names, and for the establishment of State Corporate Affairs Commissions. Date: 12th December 2017. Venue: Conference Room 231, National Assembly, Abuja. Time: 10 a.m. prompt. Special guest of honor: the Senate President Abubakar Bukola Saraki. Guest of honor: the Honorable Minister, Mr. Okechukwu Inelama. Senator Sabo N. Mohammed, Chairman. Announcer.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is working to ensure access to safe, good quality essential medicines with the World Health Organization pre-qualification of made in Nigeria pharmaceutical products, stiffer penalties for fake drug offenders with a review of NAFDAC laws, national, regional, and international collaborations, cutting-edge technologies, including the mobile authentication service,
For the last 24 years, NAFDAC has made steady progress in ensuring that the health of the nation is protected. Our collective responsibility is eliminating substandard, falsified, and unsafe drugs, medical devices, foods, and water.
I urge all Nigerians to support NAFDAC in safeguarding our health. God bless Nigeria.
Let us support NAFDAC to win the war against fake drugs and other unwholesome regulated products. NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation.
Thank you so much for inspiring greatness in me, Alaji.
Alaji?
I am just rehearsing, dear.
Rehearsing for what?
A life-changing and inspiring meeting.
With who?
Alhaji Aliko Dangote.
With the FGNI app and just 500 Naira, you stand a chance to meet one-on-one with Alhaji Aliko Dangote, Africa's richest man,
and win cash prizes.
As the Be Inspired meetings give Nigerians a chance to meet one-on-one with icons. To qualify for the draw, download FGNI app from Apple Store or Google Play Store. Go to the Be Inspired section and follow the instructions. Cost of travel and accommodation of all winners within Nigeria will be borne by the organizers. Terms and conditions apply.
Proudly supported by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Glad to have you back. As NTA celebrates 40 years as an authority, there is so much to reminisce over. We met with some notable faces who helped shape the NTA brand and had a chit-chat and took us down memory lane. Cecil Egbele will reveal to us their memories.
I don't know what I...
These were the days when analog TV is a must-watch, when your black and white television set brought family together.
You're not bad looking, you know, my God.
The coverage of Festac 77 launched and sealed NTA as the country's public broadcaster, a pilot project it passed in flying colors.
By the time the stations again covered Festac in 1977, I think by that time the federal government was very clear that there had to be a federal television station all over the country.
The coverage of Festac 77, in a way, heralded the emergence of NTA as a major player in the broadcast industry in this country.
For the early staff of the NTA, who said passion and not financial rewards drove their desire, the institution created for them a home away from their abode.
Amongst the women, hey, look at the CNS of this world. You wouldn't know they were reading the news with their gele and their tops with jeans underneath. My friend, late Tokumbo Ajayi, God rest her soul, as a reporter, Wole Coker was always there for me. Because we would go out, Wole would be there from morning, well, he later became a later day person, but he would be there till night. If the studio was not free, he was willing to set up the camera in the camera room and help you do your voice.
At that time, really, you really wouldn't know which was your day off or which was your day on, because our circle of friends was quite limited. Basically, those people that we worked with. So if I was on duty, then my friend would be around, so that when I close, we go off together, and vice versa.
Leaving NTA never crossed my mind because I was determined. I made up my mind right from the get-go that NTA it was going to be.
While building a brand for itself, the NTA over the years produced many memorable productions. The 1980s Masquerade featuring Chika Okpala and Christy Esienibokwe created humor as it educates, while classics like Behind the Clouds and Mirror in the Sun produced A-listers in the Nigerian entertainment scene.
I love all of them, right? So it's difficult for me to say this is number one.
It's 4 decades now, with so many feats and more expectations.
We have to remember the past in order to build the present and prepare for the future.
I think NTA has made a good effort to unite the nation. I think most times when you watch its bouquet of programs, you will discover that all cultures are embraced.
As the 40-year celebration draws near, fingers remain crossed and all eyes are glued on screen for the series of surprises.
Congratulations to us. NTA will keep leading as #1 in the broadcast industry. Moving on, remember Ali Ahmadu, the 6-year-old boy who fell victim of Boko Haram attacks in Chibok. He was wheelchair-ridden. As a result, was 3 months ago sponsored to Dubai for corrective surgery, which we reported not too long ago was successful. Blessing Abu has been keeping tabs on him and has an update which he says is an icing on the cake.
6-year-old Ali Ahmadu got wounded 3 years ago when the Boko Haram insurgents attacked Chibok, Borno State. He laid in his vulnerable condition incapacitated. A spinal cord corrective surgery needed urgently. Earlier this year, his story reached and touched the souls of these good-spirited Nigerians, and Ali Ahmadu was wheeled away in this condition to Dubai 3 months ago. Ali underwent a 6-hour successful surgery which began his miraculous journey to recuperation. He waited to return home. 3 months on, the gates of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport opened for Ali's eventual home return. Ali Ahmadu walked through the arrival points flagged by the very persons who accompanied him on his trip, to the cheers and embrace of all. Hannatu, maternal aunt to Ali, is overcome by emotions.
I'm so happy because he's working. I thank God and I thank the people that support us.
And the next phase we have for Ali, we're giving him a scholarship from now to when he gets to university and up. We're going to ensure that.
For Ali, what next?
Police.
Now you want to join the police?
There's still more. Earlier today, this party celebration brought children from around the Federal Capital Territory, including the IDP camps.
Life is about other children that can't have what the basic need in life. So today is special because today we're celebrating end of year for GIPLC and we're celebrating Ali. Ali is a miraculous child. His spirit to work made sure he's on his feet today. So today we decided to celebrate Ali's birthday, a birthday that he has never ever celebrated before. That's why we had this cake here today for him to cut this cake with other children so that he will understand the meaning of birthdays.
My lines got Ali's steps too. Little Ali's tragedy may have been turned around, but how many Ali Ahmadus are still out there?
All's well that ends well. Ali's story is far from over. We'll furnish you with progress reports as he grows up. There's a popular saying that what an elder sees sitting down, children, even on the highest mountain, cannot see. It then behoves on society not to relegate this class of citizens to the background as their wealth of wisdom can be tapped from. To celebrate the elderly in Aba and environs and give them a sense of belonging, management of NTA Aba hosted them to an event they will not forget in a hurry. Kelechi Okatsa reports.
NTA pensioners showed up in their numbers at the NTA Aba premises as early as 8 o'clock in the morning for the program slated for 10 o'clock. This was just as well to enable those in need of medical examination ranging from eye checks, blood pressure to blood sugar level on them. There were presentations by experts on aging and aging gracefully. In her opening address, the General Manager, NTA Aba, and initiator of the program, Chief Benny Mordis, said the event is to celebrate this class of citizens and assure them that they are still relevant in the society, especially when it comes to providing the much-needed advice to the younger ones for a better society.
This is a group that, during their youthful years, they put all they had in their various endeavors. towards building a greater nation, a greater Nigeria. But at the end of the day, what do they get? So it just occurred to me, we have to remember them.
The celebrants took to the dance floor thereafter, alongside guests who also came to identify with them. Cutting of the cake took the center stage. Chairman of the occasion, 84-year-old Nzemakole Nwankwo, commended NTA Aba management for such an event, adding that it is the first in the history of NTA Aba.
I am giving top marks to the general manager of this station and the public, you know, because this crowd, the presence of this crowd today tells his own story.
Royal fathers of the day, including His Imperial Majesty Eze Isaac Ikone, equally commended the gesture and also called on the government to follow suit. The elderly who smiled home with various gift items also shared their joy.
I'm privileged to thank the organizers of this occasion, especially the General Manager of NTA and NTA as a whole for remembering the aged people.
Meanwhile, security operatives were on hand to ensure orderliness.
On behalf of the elderly, we appreciate the management and staff of NTA Aba for the kind gesture. Christmas is in the air, yes, and we are curious to know how you are preparing. In approximately 2 weeks, Christians will celebrate the birth of the Lord Jesus Christ. The weeks and days preceding the celebration are usually characterized by activities such as carol of songs, Christmas concerts and parties, especially for children. One major activity, however, is shopping for clothes and food. This is the aspect Annie Daniels focused on when she visited a popular market in Lagos to observe how people are preparing for Christmas.
Wow, Christmas is truly in the air. Lagos residents who celebrate the festival are leaving nothing to chance to ensure they make the best of the season. Or how else can you explain the hustle and bustle on Marina Street, where clothes of all shades, colors and sizes are sold? Heavy vehicular traffic blend with the movement of shoppers as they bargain hard with traders for best buys.
Shoes, bag, chain, wristwatch, everything needable for this Xmas.
I just come and buy clothes. Everything is not even moving like before. The price where would they buy, now they say they won't buy them, and it no feel possible.
These respondents agree that times are hard, but that they look forward to making brisk sales before Christmas Day.
People are happy, they are going to come and spend money on themselves, you know, their children. So I believe that will make so much.
If you are buying your Christmas market, you have to buy them without 2 months before Christmas. So you meet up. During Christmas, things are cheaper. Once it's next week, everyone starts rushing.
But if cash flow is sluggish, as people say, one wonders whether it is compulsory for people to wear new clothes to celebrate the day.
I must. It's a festive period. And moreover, if I didn't buy things for my children, they will not be happy. It's Nigerian custom.
Aware that the services of tailors are also in high demand during this period, we sampled the opinion of a tailor as we wondered whether he is living up to expectations.
For now, we are mixing up the targets. We have to just rush them, do them fast, double up our works.
How does he intend to make up for his lapses?
I have to tell them that, sorry, we just find another option. Find something better. Another time we'll do it and you'll be satisfied with it.
And for those who may not afford their choice of clothes this Christmas, this respondent prefers a solution.
You can go to you can pick something and wear. Because I think it's cheaper, it's ready. You go there, you see it.
Whether or not there is cash squeeze, indications point to the fact that the good tidings of Christmas will not elude Nigeria.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride.
Christmas is also a time to show goodwill to the next person. While we prepare, let's spread love, okay? We'll take a break now and be right back. Stay on the line. That's all we can take tonight. Thanks for staying with us. We'll see you again next week on Newsline. For now, good night and God bless Nigeria.